Mimo bibi a sabre wa de bre share too much GH akwa na ebusuafo ensensema abeto dwane de ate se amanfo adwo ho a wo mo enti ase ena yesi enkunya se yede besomo na enrada ena wosofo pani a woda enlightened Christian gathering ano the eternity afen ECG ate se na story ye de South Africa chichu ena just na story no wo ye no e wo metre prophet shepherd Bushiri neba a wedi 8 years the firstborn Israela Bushiri nyame eto ensa eje efre no nebusuafo wono asem ato no wono na de ebetu dana sen wo kire nsem no wo ya edi blame kra ekoto South Africa authorities so say wo mo ene bribi ne ba no ne yare no ehya se aye lung disease ehya se na wo pe kwan etu kwan efri South Africa minimum akopie mu ewo Kenya me say na be obetimi enya medical attention no because of the issues court cases wodro a na sa be no court no mu esti ni kwa ate se wo ma kwan ama play no entu na no ena ta doctor for ni kire ka ho enti na kra no hwe ne nkwa na ewutafo na wo ka ni nsem nya no wo kire edikosi kire se ebe ya ye Christopher ntitu na asafo no ma wo mo enfo mani engosi boni bia we kire se maybe ni bani wu awu no they say odina ko bibi na say boni bi na waye na tesesu aketu edeba ni na nyankopon en wo ma wono aso en wo jenti sa ba ne sa dia na wo mo emma kwan na tese wo mo na nyame ase na ebiem so wo mo celebrate akla no life a wo be elivi ye wo aye ewiasi emune buta for me sem ne de wo tro ye wo pa na nsa na mekinkan na ye hu eso no momodia mwame na memma ma bedwa friend ne de me no mo ebedi nkomo yi akwa basronko wo ba Benis ame o ha say wo misa benkom so biem nso no me nua ba etia nsroma so wo ha ye beko ensem na ansa na wo nso wo hwe abe live program yi de na wo no ka ti bomotia na di kan share video we ma adofo busuafo bibia no mo so emra on na ebiem so no ye di nkomo nia wo so wo de wo tie abemu se ne be ya enkomo no beko wano nti we die bwa me mo akwa bade me mo akwa so
so
bibia boko
yanko pando
why fun why you sweet
so sa why
ele de me start so aye kama na so ni nya no ya rotem ene ebebubu mu se wo sofo peni ti se prophet shepherd Bushiri obi a ogina domini ate se owo buo eba ni Kristo suma o asafoma bibia wo mo ehye na se wo mo edi ni tu na te se o how be say abetu no na empendo do no ye ka se Bible ka se otini ni na manie edrosu na amanie de ba wo be di nsa amanie we de because Bible na asa ka bie mu se nipa bonifo no amanie bebre be di nechi eti se sa na tie de a wo be di mu se sa amanie we ne titu asofo a won kwa amanie mu wo mo fa o ha mu be di na kire se amanie we be de ne ti ne yonti na amanie we eba ana se ne boni nti and I'm area to because in Penodona or so go a case. I say now to me bomb fire, Esther amount for you had yet. Put me bomb fire, a 2 and 1 free, a yearly to would me bomb fire, and so won't do be Esther King, if you're there, Bannerson, I would ye to me free moi. So that and Yaman opportunity no, and not an obey who say, put me come in here, but Mamisha Pepi, a gentleman, obey who say, a man here we are at also for me. Wait, if you me, and I say, Yamia, or telling me a man in and such anything, and I say, wait, dear, the pony be a wire, the pony or goose to a yano, a swab back and a water. Obey who said,
Yo, mefa akonya iso achia afterfo motion too much is bunda. First of all, no mema so no yako. If you say we shall bedroom pempe so be na se ofrima ya na ha jini kakra. Na se no udi kan se otini ni amane dot no. Bese ni ka bibi efa sokuya se mu. Sebio sometimes no osopo timi hu niema ewo bi hu but now I fall no akasa ne hu no ohun just bia odipo bia na say ni young pastors bo mo so mo ye nam no mo so e bia sopo ye hu bibi say na ye den ewo won hardly eye mako na sometimes no yakopon be she da te hu pupu ye bi dia ye den e dia achiro but the pastor ube hu ni gani say nyami da ne dia chote uba be wunu de hardly so ube hu sa jito young kutopo ube hu obi but obi nu hu de
Mama, me job no, but I think the story so be me fa ya ka say e man mu de prophet Bediko. The bill we ya ama ebra akla ya winya na ose ye mo mpa ye mto ani chi o ye mo mpa ye ma akla no e na akla no film o film Ghana ha ya tete ama amanfo edina so aka say ne ba no wo ye no wo de ni ekoye sacrifice wo de ni ye bibi suma street dey bi no de akla ni konchi bibi ekosisa bibi e mo no krampo ni ma se mo ebri do be kan ye say yakobo be ka tell me say owu aba ne pno no na ye ono e na ba na tsa ne ba no ode ne ba ni din sesa onu ankasa ni nto okan e ma go for ka say ne sa ne tell dem one go kun ban
pastor onu ni timi aka sa se mo de ne chete ye pom say onu no wa den wo kun ni ban because if na me ka cho say wo ebe wo kun anu a me ko ni say what the stop na wo to wujina na me ba wo to wujina edema wa butua odi jina na se ba to wo no kai wo ne ka se rade fa me ni ye de me ko na se wo wadi me ehunu ni sa na se ni bo ko tene fa wo ba to a na wa wo ni ma da na ha so de se wo ka asema ye wo nu ma se tu a wo tu ye enu ma se ne be jina so e so no aka se bio na no akwa ha no na se wa ka se o nya me owo nya ko da de di share no na owo na e ba ye no amfa afele nya mi da ne no e ko pa de ba so a. And even that, before that, I'm not going to stop in Kitty B. I also talk to be at the a sort of associate process. Share can't say, yes, so for Beduko be on free yame. Just on also joining court to send me be a brown or the Sophie, a very simple. Ni Sophie, Reverend Usuben, issue here, a buyer. It is a washing in Casa, you not ocean in me any same day, ya or Takana. Let's say, come here, say, and the younger pastor sleep the bed, every 2 January, and the press in the ban or the night sacrifice. So, I mean, the year because of a year prophet shepherd Bushiri, minister. Okay, what the almost done, and area of free and amount for some cancer. When you saw there no as that safely court issues, or Dina Court of South Africa said. Amount for the atom so o wi o musika okay wo ye money laundering and fraud be me na ka so o ye sa case court embu ni for a untimi mu ni for a case that akopie mo court and now mo ka say o ye into money laundering and fraudulent activities no o court ko ni iri ni a edi akoni aba e wo court a che bia no fit South Africa be pie mo no ansani man mu eye Malawi na Malawi wo no na say better 2 weeks ago Wadi a year post back to the Instagram page say the bano a year or that intensive care unit or Yan Pie, there's a manu share
no mo mpa yen kai ne ba no the 2 weeks mu be na say ndo atwata wo de betu bia say akwa na nyewu na no na me pese ni hu say owo bi say no won say na man ye na accept e baby o na be do no enye say wo obi oda wo so kwa wo ye sencheni o wa asafo ma na nka no enti sa amanye bi say no obe de hu so say okay we say na tie de nyame some of us tiri na man ye do so na e man e ko di say ana say ne boni a wo ye o tuma sin na so akete because obe ka say man ni laundry de na say we your from for there and we di nyame we tete wagu nyame mra so wo so na wo ta
atochi na
obe tuma ka ni sa kwan so it am say you say obe de differentiate say we ya so twe we ye o tin nyama ni
oh eto da etimi eba sa say yakopon eso wo sofo no ehye santo timi piawa to the extent say oto gidie ahye so obetimi agina yefa Abraham yefa ton emra Abraham sum nyame se na ye nyina ye kenkan Bible na ye de ye hunu no yakopon hye da so no hye se fa oba Isaac ko ye den e ko ba for ye ema me odi so ema ebra na de to ba be ku Isaac no yakopon ehye ni hu enbo nyam de lamb ye den ebe na ko ema no ku no enti no asopofo omu ye nipa tete ya asopofo so omu nya paipo se nie osoputimi three kom anase ogina mu ebon pai ma asafo no asopofo so eyinya sanye mane pai ye omu so mu nya empaipo na sopo na ni ba no sopo asema ye gusto ye ken ya no nyame timi to hye nyame otumi hye efo hye efa o ni ka se o Kristo tum se to juba obetimi agina ana se obetimi akoso asuna na se wuntimi ye den wuntimi eyina ano wo mutu te ku bi su se ono kasa join ni ekuo bi a oye den ono kasa na yin because na so kun bebe aban omo join ni port but wo di nyame in the name of God na ide atata but abrabra ni maso this be a it God say nyame be bie wu asafo no wani ama wa ide wo hunu enye mebi ansa na wo say se so kuye mi di me rubra ni mi jija ide actually mo say na bo esuas enye ma say no ide oye it could be say na omo request for ebia ni mo ami anasa kwala ni moja but eyesa na wo chicho mo wo pese obede wo be ko bi say wo akoma ide e wo ba no enti force no omutimi ede eje oba no efi wundem ebitu timi de omo ba eye sacrifice na omo da ide a build omo story no enti eni so ni de obeba be ka so oh me begu but ono akata within himself no ni say eye say na de me ban ko ye den e ko ye efo obe ni peni maduma na say ni peni sympathy so oh buy the egu enti ma mi si mu ka say two days ni ku bi say yakopon so ni gidie mu ahye say so ogini ba kwa free say obetimi ayeden na ana to say ordin ba no akwa ko gi yes kedu but support ni mo na din kan sacrifice ordin akwa ko sacrifice be na story ni be den ebe peja ye wa kwantre bebre wo ma asopu bebe bi mu ye den eye edipeja o ma sorry obe mo sorry na certain to be try na sorry no agidi ni padom bebre kwa be na sopu ifa so tinya ni padom sa o ti ate enti na ma mistake dey say eye two ways no enti ebetimi aba ni me mu nyina
okay ebe da was say na oba Benny share ensem no se na yunua no achire mu esifa no eya prophet shepherd die ya betunu say na hunu esifa ni nsem ya betunu ni say no ordinary nsem so etudwa ade wono ase nyame no ma nyame aso no stage ba fe ye ko enim no na wasaka say South African authority ana wo mu persecution o sem was South Africa court cases I will be able to finish na so mo person mo man kwa na EPF country ni and na still ne ba no kwa so ko pm hospital right on time so the be an commit me ahye ni ye and no akobi ewo mu nti all caster edia credit amanya popon na for the author cast blame does it make him unfaithful
to God
say maybe say you want say you can otini ni amanye any amani a edi nipa bonifu echi edina we no that it mean say amani na anya say who is a righteous man, the problem said, Esther Milan, so living a ban sooner, ever cost I in the say, or the blame is according to South African authorities.
I wouldn't see it as ungrateful to be what said, Obia Bonia, Ubia Eka, so I say, and I thought also the way of Bonio Becca, into all the pounds, but I don't see this as or he's being unfaithful to God. And I said, about Eka through his testimony or can Abraham as I'm which I told my home so. And I want to remember people that whenever issues like this surrounding pastors pop up and people are criticizing pastors, relating it to the possible powers I mean say pastors no among pastors no outside say and power or their mammy the more they are changing no so one says it's into two and I say if any problem is to happen, pastor life, that is when you see voices raising against them and questions coming up against and deducing it from the situation that it came. Number say a Christopher and can say kind Bible now, kind a two Job no young people obey young pompa or soon young pompa, one young pompon, then any sea or some nearby no castle, but so was similar share. As I said, Job, a hair or share, a year, a young man young popon, they are doing Job, meaning I knew Tina, Job, as soon as I knew Tina Job, a year, or ye, say, or any patrini, I want young a dear upon their doom. I have conversation, Satadia, and who quite all the some kind of Japadium. Name one cata, ne body dear man found Sanka. Or then the second answer, so then it's also was also bad you, so that you was still telling God, or also bad you, no sounds of walls you, and then young people cast who all quite all the some kind of body. They want the pride here. It's a bit but they said this is the same thing with this particular pastor. I can't want a bit but they said the test so could be a son of a best of no, so I say, who want him up him, a bit of say he has gone through all the tests. Young Potter tested the Panamo born some day, a testing Panama Pama, say, or no mamma saw GD weird and see a bit about the say, I even know any of us who we are so I say, and you saw any action in the judge. That shouldn't be the case. It could be said the devil is testing him. What testing up through all the other means, and almost still this man is a faithful one to God. Is there any for the Munguas and any court case? No, and still Nipa no Shana, Nipa no Fujina. So also Yame, who court case, yet the Luguase at all, where Yamini pay Luguase at all. A month for come once more, still Fujinum now, Yame, and the Ebeshe, Sanabakoye, not for the Nasada Kauma.
Okay.
So it could be one of the cases which shouldn't relate it to ABA or cortisone be a while joining and no. We didn't think that for Job, so we can't think that for
me. Because the young man if he won my mamma money, I must share my dream about the banning war, any amania to tune. I see a planning money because of the judgment side that you see at the amount for a people and say their phone. Amount for as I said, this is so much. Air coso and a brabuma you obey affiliated to God because first and foremost the court case no any about say the ministry say or yeah or stop pointing you didn't go to court. The court case no about money laundering, fraudulent activities, and illegal ways of acquiring wealth. Questionable ways that almost bizarre for acquiring even the passport to crample issue our court on and they must know court not order cells throughout the procedure and a court granting the bill according to court proceedings no almost illegally no with free South Africa mining and now for the other PM Malawi it's an illegal way not defined such situations are attitude no people are judged and said all this are happening because of the bad life there which is the bad because of the bad lifestyle, the bad things that why ministry anymore. That is what is the cause of all these issues. He should rather retract his way and seek God further because God is still God and he punishes. didn't know a man for when he said was so for going into situations like this it means he has done wrong. Why do we see it in those ways? And only issue and then because many are the afflictions that echo and before going to a man will be your problem. I'll go so for sales for me family, not so fast because of papa, but so for common. We don't see sex so for air because or you're not any part, but the only say me. So for me, on in Yamin and tea, so for nothing, Yamin make a punishment, make china so I think why do we see it in that way when it happens to those in the front line? And that's a so why do we think like that?
Let me tell you something. In every life, there's an iota of truth in it.
In every life.
Oh yes,
every
rumor. In every rumor, let me use that. In every rumor, there's an iota of truth in it. Okay, say promo abino sorry keke no akaso ya to say yeah money laundry ya to say no, it doesn't work like that.
Something very important.
Good. It's a chest he has gone in negotiation with someone and a be denying the apasta fuck emu yen to the money pan the one I say and now say and the man nipa no kwaye den ever reporting because I'm no business not a woman pasia. There's no way say next na sia kan me dem start say me dem film say because we are so funny no e was say e wo ko start track ke there be sika sem and de said you me sweaty and me nya start kan there e dia aba ma anyi e di idea so kai den aba say ye business way enti no say wo bu me pasia and I say why business ni mo ano nye me bia de encha here me for report too and second so dey be am ka say answer na wo better say topon ehun abaso na bibi na me ni so ye dey e ka ho
There the count.
na me ni like make listen the people around him they are involved. Okay. If you pass the fan say your mom say hey na bia the people concept bia say ko pia obonti a me ba say e dan keke na ti ye ye ko nsam ba ko an ko bo na ya da we obi it could be that his circle, something went on. Even though I wasn't there, but me sure that something went on. And then you way na kwede e ko pie mu. Enti e betimi aba say asem na amaso punenya court one e be ampa. Nyame ka no ti ase e betimi aye ampa say start business ni no ede oye anase bia oni nipa ko no eko share no ene me bia ede ancha yie na ma nipa ko ede eko reporting to me ni there in every room there's an iota of truth in it and yet tracker say the ye hu say because ye nyame nipa na to share de kan na say o tini ni na manie no ye wo amanie bi wo ho na say kan so for you can easily tell say so feed the nyankopon ere ni femu
because no say me only Job reference ni be make us say Job sa brand no te wo ha because now one person occultic man because no was capable say he was the richest man in the east that he made me on a day ni muania everything happened that day and he said sa brand no and ye wo ha just like people were there at that moment so obviously say Job, you know, some of them will be like, fire or they are from them. Come blaming people talk. And I want to know, say, why is it that when it is the regular Christian, they are an issue, but when it's the pastor, the shepherd of what the congregation is here, and there's something wrong, why does he pray for us when we have problems? That we can't pray for them when they have problems?
No, you see, also as a pastor, no, and I think a lot of people look up to him, and church members, they bring up your moral then, except a couple for me, and the Koban is a couple about them say now. A young woman, but they get so surprised. Say, who are we somewhere? We look up to you, no. Whom we are the more and stand here the essay. But so for us to know, oh, you nipa and be the other side, and me that guy said, I thought propose to you, nipa, and I was saying, yang, and yang, and church members near GD for near one fire said, then, am I a stop for? But also for us to know, oh, your business, they did that kind of buying to me, sorry, okay. And me can say, ya say no. Let us say be there echo so etne ma munya kan information no mo ye den obo be ebe chi ni to de nya so hwe se nyanko pon na ye den e to na hye
also miniaba and not the earlier earlier establishing about say there is a possibility say he's been walking whatever is going on. Certain things comes up. One say people are haters of certain pastors, especially when the pastor is progressing and then amount for Smith channel will be any pana by or say oh or you'll be a one so the tate won't some no edit or the court. So as I said, it could be churches then the young camp Jesus. Then the young kids and then oh yeah. One yesterday, it could be that this person that were reporting the trial, in chat.
No, we just that no, or no, it was stated. None shepherd and he said he was supposed to go through all
But
the
when you say I can't shepherd book me,
Man, that's the wait, that so different. Not person.
and this is the best see maybe and for the kind of plan or yeah, so we are and Casa they kind of one man. The better again now without knowing so listen. You understand?
Yeah.
Because you know book Musa. So what I say, it's just that people do not time this so see what I'm saying. Well, way or life you book.
okay.
Oh, see, your family do not know what to expect from your next future. Sounds like a tema so it could be said, I said, yeah, you pay quack a chat or a better number to running and then they say, put I start trap no. I'm on the send of maid or put any mass. Sound and that tema sound it could be for him.
Okay, let's just go off the fact about the court proceedings and all that had to do with court. No? Now let's look into the issue of the death of his daughter right after the court case. Not even after, it's still ongoing, and it's not like he sat there quietly in his closet praying alone for his daughter. He even told the church members, the people who love the church, that is enlightened Christian gatherings, that they should also gather in faith and pray. And he even appreciated the Kenyans who he has members in Kenya who are part of the church and all that. He acknowledged what they're doing, their effort in trying to pray for everything that went on, leading to the death of the daughter. No, he was very aware of it and he was so encouraging, and he himself was encouraged that God will heal his daughter. But it happened, say, she died. She's dead now. So the death of the daughter, why is it that people are now according the death of the child to the problem the father has been going through, that the father is evil, the father has done so many miracles? Then when he was doing the miracles, he had people supporting like Jesus, like, oh, Hosanna, Hosanna, you are doing well, God bless you. Now the child is dead and is crucifying him. Why do people crucify men of God when they go through problems, but appreciate them in the good times when they are helping them, when they are praying for the victories for them, when they are receiving the miracles and the testimony? Why is it at those times they appreciate them, but when they go through problems, people turn their backs to them? That's what we want to focus on. Open up and think about the way forward on this issue. Let's come to this.
And say, and now this particular issue, there could be a possibility of putting a poor money, it would be better. But what I so, and I just don't put any so, or the catcher a software, and a software say, and young poor, I shall not say, stay there, but me banner, or better than qua. If you are now more dinner, wouldn't moon say, oh, I wear software, and young people be when he said, yeah, Baba. And now, when young one, I don't know, need to be entry angel, but there will be questions. It's a move, but a shame for putting price of so. Or we had a home bomb, but it doesn't mean say
why the questions. That's what we want to focus on. Yes. What the regular Christian is going to do issues, it's no problem. It's the pastors even encourage them that that's the will of God. Sometimes God tests you to know the level of your faith. Sometimes God tries you to build you. It is a process you have to go through to get the higher level and all that. They have all those encouraging words, and when they tell us we are so happy, we receive it and we wait on in faith, and they even support us in faith. But he is also a man, flesh and blood like us. So what happens when they also go through those problems and then we turn against them? They are demons, they are into occultism, they are evil. We remember every record of their wrongdoings. Why is it like that?
Sometimes I wouldn't blame it on those that are quick to judge pastors, because of some of the pastors in your way and certain things happen like that. The people are just quick to judge other pastors. But yeah, kind share a year and the life of Jesus Christ. Time of buy, then I'll go to time of buy your bear miracles when any able to see. Or you're born as if you're then amount for kind. So, GT password now, a bad and yeah. This is the same issue here. And see, workers should encourage us as people, as Christians, that just like you said, say you are sorry, they want a pastors no money nipa. Or also, they go through certain tests. If you walk a young po, your situation, young po, young friend say, yeah, the boy, but for your move from a one in the bob, if you're a set, your macrampo, I will feel it in a donor or original mom. I don't know. On that war, a friend is on home 1 year, a deal with you, and a pastor, and you go back home. And also for a story now, or Chilimu, and if I saw for whom Bonnier, town which he says, or Munina, and one. Why imagine all these people cry, make me come to who makes me come to okay, so they are and they came to Bonnie and idea. Until we could be. Say, I know, and then also a boy into who I am from my bonnet, and they both will pay and say, you pay, say also. Or which they will want by my name, next we are one by and we should stop judging them quickly. Like we don't know what these people do for us in their corner. We don't know what they do for us whenever they are fast. Oh, I catch yourself fasting. Or fasting and or pack. I put it to one break or no break between my 5 to 6 o'clock. And I'm moonty. And you will parent to no money with your phone now or more on chain. And I'm only there. It's be near a deliberate pastor. We have to be very, very calm and we have to be very cautious about the things that we see against them. Because all can open, and young people nipa na open against no. So what I say, it's a thing to young people say, so the ma o ya ma young power ya o ye tia no go so wa ye tia no. It wo ye tia no we come the young people nipa was setting up. I say so odi oni muka nipa o kwama nipa. But if you are being ungrateful, you know say the punishment for ungratefulness is very huge. Obi aye bibia ma. Now later you are being ungrateful to the person. It's very, very, so we have to be very, very cautious when we are being ungrateful to the very same people that are what standing in to help us save our lives and take us away from the kind of troubles we go through. We should be very, very cautious. This is true. Or more, they are quick to judge our pastors whenever pastors go through certain situations.
Thank you very much.
Medical Kabeka, you see, I hear church members, they see you, the pastor, say, I would your thing many straight. What you hear from God exactly. Okay. So, why is it that who what you say? We being the church members, we can't get anything. Unless really? Yami before who stop pollution out there, then what they are praying. Mommy can watch you say. It is I don't know, police. I didn't see. And I will talk to mom now. Who would sing many what thing I may say that say the Lord. Now would the cancer same way there. And then my young church members, it's then I will stop to move to me then. What we call and I'm say forgetting say that pastor is also human. So kumba besina you na so odiye ejuma. Nyame di ni ye ejuma na so owia. We fi ni hum fam no. We fi mu se say wa nipa esu. They say they many wo eti ya. And say ma church members no and feel say oh because say or you talk no tinya many nyame ni ntini say what bibia ko so pepe den e ma no enu enye ne star. And to me say to be mu say all like church members should always stand in for their pastor. They should pray for them, but they are also going through a whole lot of issues that they me say to be say it could be 2 ways. Ebiana tofono or no the crowd in Trakweden, Aquacoste, church members for a moye then or moon. If they are demanding for something and nothing they are demanding for your child and you don't give it out, they will take it by force. Or more by force, by the Ebetia Parana and everyone. That's what I tested it said. It falls in 2 ways.
One of the issue about after I'll refer back the question to you. How would you tell that this man of God, everything that is happening to him shows that he is of the devil? He is working on behalf of the same. What bringing up when you say maybe or the baby. Okay, So how would you tell that from the way things are happening to him, it is definitely occultism. It's definitely the devil at work in his life. It's the devil that he has associated himself with that is working against him in that way.
My dear, you see, God has given everybody a talent. The fact that so for no or no Gina a sorry no one meeting here Juman church members know any adomachede. First, God has given us spirit of discernment.
Okay.
You can discern if a pastor is not from God, and you can discern if a pastor is from God. Sometimes you can enter into a church premises, you feel so heavy. If your inner spirit can easily tell you, say, you need to walk out. This place, you don't belong here. Or a story when you're there, and yet a story, Papa. And I say, if you get to that church premises, you can easily tell to say, say you soon to move no, say no, I sorry there. Me cry there, pastor, and so tell me there, the story free. Even sometimes the die to mukran, God reveals it to us. Say, hey, stop we are who corner story there. Then I was saying, and I stop now do night. I sorry them when I bring I go see one of them. And yet, baby, be our story there who one story no, baby there, here. So that's why I stated, say, it could be said, or the no papa there, apa share baby no. God has given us spirit of discernment. Sometimes, even we humans, if you plan on going somewhere, and if the Holy Spirit is talking to you, you feel no, hey, you cry, should I go or not? You'll be contemplating, you'll be pulling back up and down. So by the time you realize you're not trying to head there, meaning the Holy Spirit is trying to tell you something. Say, baby, I will know. And one more, the age one, the good is not good enough for you to go to embark on the journey that you want to. It's a yes and a chihuahua wedding. What's nothing? It is a little bit the time I say, hey, who better say accident to see what? Hey, you see the person say what? And when you check the time frame, you realize, hey, then that time when I was sent to go on accident, I had and I'm here, actually, so me, I'm basing on the discernment, like the Holy Spirit. Discernment, you can discern and know that this pastor is not from God or this pastor is from God.
Okay, that's very nice. But seriously, let's still consider this. In this age and time that the church is under gross persecution, everybody has focused on the church. Obia share a story what's happening. So the little mistake of a pastor, the little shots falling of the man of God, the leader of the church, makes everything wrong. And here are the case too, we have men of God with children who may not necessarily be filled with the spirits just like their fathers are, because a family will papa if you will go to the child, unless he also allows himself or anything like that. And they have children. Sometimes I want to use our father, Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams, his son, Daniel. Recently, his behavior on social media, people were complaining that why should a man of God's son be behaving like this? Somebody who preaches and stands righteously in his church as if he is perfect, and be having a son who behaves like he behaves worse than the devil himself. So people were accusing the man of God. If you are really a man of God, then work in your home, work on your children. Such messages that come from people who are some of them are Christians, so some of them are even pastors, saying this about, we are not talking about people of the world, but men of God even do such things, and even the church members, some of them say things like this. So what does it mean? That if somebody is a man of God, the devil cannot touch him or what? Let's make that fact clear here.
Devil will be obviously, as I said, make boss earlier on saying the devil is giving the room to test the men of God or even Christians. And the devil, just like God is jealous, devil knows he is jealous. Or also pay akra abano, so then you also pay akra abano. So you know more pray. Into also banos or also better test to faith that God gives him that mandate to go ahead and test your faith. Now go for open the righteous people. I want one. And Rebecca said, oh, and authority and per se, all the unrighteous will come there and then change. But cost over there, you have to be righteous, you have to be clean to get there. You understand? You see that the devil gives room for the God himself gives room to the devil to test us. Now, me pastor so pastors have wives, or pastors in general, both
They have family.
They are humans. And one thing we understand about the life of parenting is that you teach the children. Indeed, the Bible has said it, that you have to teach the child the way they should go, and that when they go, they shall not depart from it. Obetre akwalani pipia, but oni ria onu making a decision about the life.
Okay.
So deciding you go ha, obe deciding. Oshana ebia, also pastor the man and said, don't know anymore. If you don't go up to become stubborn because of the expectation
They go where
Expect from
yes, from them. They also channel their own expectation, or they give you a different thing that they want. They show you that, oh, papa and your friend may count that. Now, let's understand the fact that these people are parents, and then they are all humans, and at the end of the day, the children grow up to make their very own decisions. Now, it's not sure Bible says, teach the child the way he should grow, and that when he grows, he shall not depart from it. And you say, oh, sure, Akolana, see, na Akolano, and no dini, and no the money, baby. Oni or best son, or best change, or best take your own decision. But no, not making a decision, no, pimp. No one say, Uncle, yeah, and Obeka say, yea, mammy, train me way, Papa train me way, I'm not back, I can't money, all of us are making life changes. No, the one train now, the one, or the train if it's saying, now if you are picking back. No, they are born in brand, no, they are far, and no, he will not depart from it thereof. But and yes, as old teenager, only need your baby to make a decision. Or I do the 20 or only say he's a big guy now. He has to get his own family, and that the family will not depend on you, their mother or father, for certain decisions that they will make. As well as yet on one person. That is why they make certain decisions on their own. But when you know opinion, and no back say, oh, this is what my mother taught me. These are the examples that my father put before me. So maybe I've made all my decisions, I've made all my deductions from whatever thing that I thought, but I've realized that this kind of life is not going to help me. So therefore, this is the time for me to pick up mommy's lessons or daddy's lessons. Into a papa, not the born and bride. Then that is the place that we can say that, oh, he will live his life and he's not going to depart from it thereof.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's pick some of the comments that come up about the issue we are discussing on board. I think our brothers from all over the world, mostly African countries, are watching. So if you focus on speaking English so that they can all understand this, because Prophet Shepherd Bushiri is not only for Ghana. Okay. Though he has members in Ghana, he's not for Ghana alone. He's for South Africa, it's for Malawi, it's for Kenya, it's for so many countries in Africa, and the most international language known is English. So let's please focus on the English version. So in all this, we have discussed how men of God go through attacks, and we have stated and factored on it that okay, yes, they are also humans and they are also bound to face attacks from God, from the devil and all that, and they can go through tribulations too because they are also humans and they live upon this earth. But in all, we are now speaking about children of men of God or family members directly associated with them. Most of the times, when those kinds of people, like their children, their wives, their mothers, are flouting the rules of God, or maybe they are not behaving as expected. We have some kind of image about the men of God and people that are closer to him, that they should all behave in a certain way that is accepted. So when they flout all those rules and they don't behave like we expect, why is it that the kind of ideas we expect of them, when they don't behave according to that, we put the blame on the men of God who are actually standing in as the direct messengers from God and standing as heads over the church? Why do we blame them for the falling short of their family members and their children?
I will still stress on what our sister said. You see, the child, when you are bringing him up, when he gets to certain age, just like our sister said, it's a decision to take, and sometimes too, once the pastors know they like letting their children travel outside the country.
Yeah.
It's not always that the children are with him, because he also got a lot of duties to things to take care of.
That his focus is mainly on the ministry
Yeah.
and building the ministry.
Yeah, most of the time.
Okay.
So imagine shut down and sometimes because of that, like because of the environment and how they want to focus on the ministry, they let their children travel outside the country. And just like you said concerning Bishop Dr. Williams' child, you can easily tell that the guy didn't really grow up in Ghana. His upbringing, okay, more of he was outside the country,
so and he wasn't close to the father.
Of course, and we all know that when you can have a lot of children, but and you like the way we all expected.
True.
And some will backslide, some will live a reckless life that count. You know, with our bishop's own, you can tell, say, he's got sons and daughters that they are living a righteous life to please him and to please God. But the other one also chose that, oh, maybe that they want to be a rapper, and this is what I want to be. But since you're not giving me the platform, or you're not leaving me to do what I really want to do, then I'm also going to do this to distract you or to bring you down. And secondly, so you could tell, say, the guy, or he's not physically strong, they say that, no. I learned that he's sick.
Okay.
What I say, and yet, normal, he can also he is also going through certain things that if the parents should have paid attention to him, I'm sure he wouldn't end up being like this. Sometimes, even though say church members they blame me, the Emma pastors no, and yet I will also add something to it, because as most of the pastors they feel like, oh, me I want to do, because I'm doing a work with God. My focus, my attention is basically built on working for God and the church members. Exactly, forgetting that you also have. That's why God has endowed us with the wisdom.
Okay.
And I want to make us. And then why should you give that to the kids? What you say? Sitting in him said, now Bible teacher, no pastor said the bear that you need a one. Exactly. It's no step who share a story now. Who share church members. That's the same way. What's the white you said? Who focus now the other woman, the attention. Most, everything falls on the church mothers. It falls on the mothers. Every time, Obano, it's not everything that a mother or a church mother can take. It's not every responsibility. Sometimes they need you, just the father, to be there and talk to their kids. Sometimes if our mother talks to us and when we do something wrong and then our mother is talking to her, we feel like, oh, mommy, oh. But the moment she says that, I'm going to tell you that, you begin to shake. Like there's this fear
that comes.
Exactly. There's this fear that comes into you. So I feel that what some of the church members are saying, in a way, if I may be a say, I have a perform a so papa for no bino, or moon and or many the airport mamma, and as I said, your one for my aunt's now won't say any number so because my son is this, I want him to travel outside the country and acquire more knowledge or acquire new things. That place, you should know that one, US, even though there are churches there are a whole lot of dubious lifestyle that people are living there. So you should know that once the mother or the father is not around, he is going to live any reckless life that he feels he wants to. And outside the country, if you treat me like this, I'm going to call police for you. Like, who does that? What I said, but Ghana said, no child can ever say, Daddy, if you hit me or Daddy, if you say this, I'm going to call police on you. No! What I said, it is sometimes, the way I feel so, because the custom member also could be empathy bound outside the country. No. But you should know the ages that you take your kids outside the country. Because there are efforts now he has adopted a whole lot of attitude, and now he is bringing it out on board. Despite he's not really well, he is bringing it on board. It's assuming that if the parents had paid attention, time now or standing I'm sure that he wouldn't end up, even though some of the pastors' kids they are stubborn. No matter how you show him love, he will still do that. Like, or no, I say, devil incarnate, no, but some of that I can wound just say, you must or be portrayal, or be able to no. You are a bad person, and I say, baby. But I believe that everything has a time. Sometimes they act like that, but they end up being the most powerful pastors, pastor, or more papa.
Yeah,
But there's something I want to add in your kind parents.
English, please.
Yeah, okay, English, sure. So there's something I want to add up to what you said. Sometimes it is what the family, the pastors, and then their wives, what the kind of reputation they create in the church. You see, sometimes you know that your pastor's son is doing something wrong. You are a member, you want to say it, you would like to talk about it, but going close to the mother to talk about it, you know, that kind of aura they've created, because of that, you wouldn't know how to come close to them and then complain about their children. Because one way or the other, we are talking about a pastor's son. We are talking about a pastor's daughter, where if you don't know and then you say
If
this
you don't
way,
say it
then
well, it will be like you're criticizing, you're
yes,
judging.
yes.
Yeah.
So this is how they are going to put you there in a church, and the next day you are going to find yourself as the topic of the church or as the topic of preaching the next time. You understand? So because sometimes I blame the pastors and then their wives too. They should allow, when you give birth, the child is yours, but again, the child is for the society as well.
Yeah, very.
So when your child does something wrong, give people the room to talk about it. Listen, and then make sure that you talk to your child through it.
Yeah.
If there is any punishment to give to that child, you make sure the child faces that consequences. If not, and you're always like, oh, as the pastor, I'm talking about
Pastor's son, pastor.
yes.
So like,
You don't
How
have
can
the
I
right
say
to
it? How
talk.
can I bring it up?
Yeah,
Okay.
you don't have the right to talk about my children that way. And every time, these are the mistakes of some parents. Every time when the children do something wrong, and because you're a pastor, you think everything should be right about you. Everything
You're
should be right
perfect,
about
you're
your home.
right,
So therefore, if someone comes to you and sees something about your son or your child outside, the children when they are home, they are different people altogether. Children when they are home, they are different. But when they go out, it's a different thing altogether.
okay, let me add a
If
little.
I see it and come to you, listen.
All right.
Wait. Let me add a little to
Okay.
this. I went to a salon, and then when I sat down, I saw a church mother. So I saw the girl with
The wife of the
wife
man
of the
God.
of the man of God. And then the little, she's not little. I think she's like 18 plus, 18 thereabout. And then she was saying that, oh, I like your. She saw my hair, and she said, I like your hair. Oh, I like this. I like that. And then then I heard the woman saying that, no, you can't do this. You can't put this on your hair. You can't do this. So immediately they left, and then the son, people, and I was like, why is the woman saying that? Why is she saying that? Oh no, you can't put this on. But then they told me that, oh, she's the church mother. That's why she doesn't want the child to do this. She doesn't want the child to do that. You see, assuming if you had allowed, this is just braiding. It's not like she wants to wear a short skirt or a short dress that you can say that no, this isn't good. You need to set an example for others to follow. You see, it was just a hair, but the woman said, no, I don't want you to put on this, I don't want you to put on that. You putting this in the child, okay? And she's been going now, she's seen other girls doing it, a girl of her age, putting on ribbons, fixing their hair, braiding and all that. So the moment she gets that space, a little space, she will exploit. Because when she goes to school, the moment she finishes SHS, you don't have totally control over her.
That's true.
Okay,
That's true.
so I feel fathers also shouldn't make their I don't know how to put it, but they shouldn't make their account so strict. They shouldn't be too strict on. They should just give them the room, benefits of the doubt. Sorry, for them to talk, to get closer. That did this, that did that. It's now or nowadays that like kids are being given the opportunity to get closer, to speak up. Before how dare you like? What besides you to get closer to them and say, Daddy, maybe I want to wear that? No. Fathers were not giving that opportunity. Even with some of the church mothers, even with mothers, they weren't giving them that opportunity to do that. So when you put that here and that kind of a lifestyle, the fact that you decided not to put on ribbon, you want to leave your hair, that doesn't mean your child can copy up to where you want her to be.
That's
you
very
understand?
true.
So everybody got the way they want to explore in life. You can just lead her, tell her, you can just keep advising, no, don't do this, don't do that, don't do that. But you can't like teach her, you have to do this. Sometimes even I am a pastor, so you need to follow my ways and be a pastor. Maybe
his life
In
mission.
his life mission, I mean, he isn't the pastor. That isn't what God gave to him to bring to this earth. Okay, but ensure, because of ensure, they will try to do a whole lot of things for the child to be like them. He gets to a point, no. He doesn't get any scared again. He feels like, oh, what I know, he really
I want to live my life.
of course, that is, I know this is what he's going to say, so I will do whatever I have to do. I think they should just give their kids the platform to get closer to them, talk to them. That way they will get to know. They'll get to know exactly.
Okay, coming back to the issue on board Prophet Shepherd Bushiri's daughter, Israelite death. It has come at a very hard time for the family because now they are facing all sorts of issues. But even as that, still judgment is coming from some people who are supposed to be Christians and even men of God, leaders in the church. And I remember once in the Bible, I read a part where Jesus did a miracle among the multitude. And some of the people, especially the Pharisees and the Sadducees and those men of faith and religion, some of them were like, no, this kind of miracle that he has done, he must, yes, I remember the miracle now, he casted out a demon from a child. And they said that this must be the king of demons. They called him the devil at that moment when he was performing the miracle. And Jesus said something very symbolic. He said, how can the devil destroy his own kingdom? How can the devil cause trouble in his own kingdom? So this, I'm trying to connect it to the judgment from people that he's into occultism, he's into demonic worship, or he's into some sort of demonic something. That is why God is punishing him. Now, if indeed he's into anything of that sort, will the devil really cause him that sort of disgrace that he will be the center of ridicule, that people will start pointing hands at him and judge him for what he's doing? That okay, now because you said the devil's taking your child, will the devil do that too?
Oh yes,
a man
oh yes, oh yes, yes, oh yes.
Like,
when it will cause ridicule, when people will from there people can say
the devil does not really care.
he doesn't really care
about you. He's only on what he gets. Like he's that selfish. So yeah, he doesn't really care. And indeed, like we all know, when you go to the
can I get in for some minutes? You know, even if that is the issue, he's a man of God with a mass following. When I talk about enlightened Christian gathering, it's not a gathering that has to do with only South Africa. No, that's the headquarters of the church. It's a big something. And with that mass following, that we know the devil needs that mass in him. He's trying everything that he can to get people to elevate such a person that can get in that mass. And he will destroy his name at this time when he's still at work, doing his work. It's not like he has left the ministry that, okay, now, oh, you have left my work, okay, now then I'll show you perfect. He's still in the ministry. He's still a prophet. And so would he disgrace him in this time that he's still standing doing his work?
My dear, the devil doesn't give freely. That is one thing we all need to know.
Okay.
Okay.
That is a fact. Okay.
Yes, whatever that he gives to you, he wants it in return in many folds, not just one. The devil can tell you that, okay, now I've given you a lot of people are coming to your church. Okay, if the devil knows that when he requests a church member, you can easily give it to him. Even if he requests thousands of church members, you can easily give it to him. But when it comes to your own body, blood and flesh, he knows that it will be very difficult for you. Let's look at those people that go and say it goes for Sakawa, this juju thing.
Yeah.
Anytime that they go, I mean, the devil will not tell you that, or the juju man will not tell you that, go and bring a friend's sister or go and bring a friend's brother. No. But he will tell you that either you bring your mother, your child, or you use your womb for the ritual. Okay? So, no, wait.
I'm not cutting it short.
Okay.
I'm not cutting it short.
Okay.
He's not like now starting ministry.
Mm-hmm.
I want us to get that fact very clear. He's not starting ministry.
I know.
He's not at the beginning of his life.
Okay.
He has gotten to an extent you can call him a bishop. Like he has grown. And he's at the top level when it comes to ministers of God. He's at the top. He's one of those big men in ministry.
I understand.
Okay.
We are assuming that if he's into occult, right?
Yeah.
That is how we are assuming now. Okay, cool. Just like I said earlier, if the devil doesn't give anything freely and the devil takes something that will hurt you the most,
Okay.
that's why I use Sakawa and those that that goes for money ritual. That's why I say that as an example.
Okay.
They will not tell you to bring a friend or even friends, yes, but even the friend, someone that
Should
you
be dear to
really
you.
love.
Okay.
So the devil can tell him, I'm presuming that the devil told him that, okay, bring your child, your daughter. And we all know that a daughter that who is very dear to you and you love it so much, there's no way that you use that as a sacrifice. We're watching this in movies.
Yeah.
You see them for the sacrifice, they will tell you that, oh, I need your daughter. But because you know you love that child so much, there's no way you will sacrifice your daughter. So if they see that, if the court sees that, oh, he's pulling back, he's trying to be stubborn, they will forcefully take it away from you for you to feel the pain. So if we are assuming that he's into all court, that's why the child died, or that's why he's going through all this, I want to tell you that the devil doesn't care. What he wants is what he want to get.
Okay.
What he wants from you is what he can take your wife, he can take your womb, he can take anything that is so dear to you. And for all of us, we know that when it comes to our mother and our children, we don't joke with them.
True.
Even the wife, sometimes just one. Especially with mothers and children, no man or woman jokes with their parents and their kids. So if the devil requests for your mother, or maybe let's assume your mom is dead, but your children are alive, and it's not all the children that the devil will request. He will request the one that you are
Most dear to you.
exactly.
Okay.
And then when he requests that you don't give it out, he takes it forcefully. He will take it away from you, whether you like it or not. Just like the way we've been seeing it in movies, that's the same thing happening to pastors. That's why I said that there are a lot of pastors now in our 21st century who are doing all these kind of occult things, okay? But they've used the name of God to cover it. So you will not know until, and it will get to a point that God himself will be like, okay, I want to uncover every truth or everything that is around you. And sometimes too, before you will hear a man of God going through, or a man of God doing that, it's either his wife, because you know the wives are very close. That's why I mentioned it earlier, that his circle, okay,
His wife and children.
exactly, nothing comes out from a pastor's home that is not it's not an outsider who said it. No, it comes from within.
Okay.
Yes, so the things that are going around the pastor, it's coming from within. It's not an outsider that has, it's not any enemy that has seen that, oh, because this pastor has gone viral, or this pastor is going on, well, that's why we want to tarnish his image, or we want to do something to collapse the church. No, it's from within. There's something that the pastor is doing that somebody from his circle has seen or witnessed and said it to another person, and then it's spread.
Okay.
So if he is into cultism, I can assure you, I can tell you that the devil doesn't care that whether you have thousands of or 1 billion of church members. What he wants is what he will get from you.
What he wants is what will you get from you. My sister Bernice, I will also want to ask you, Bernice, does it mean that the time that he requested for prayer, the personal prayers that he put in for his child, that this daughter couldn't survive, discredits the other miracles, the other signs and wonders, the other sermons of faith he has preached? Does it discredit? Because you yourself you have prayed for me once. I'm giving you an example that maybe you prayed for me once. I was very sick. I had my healing, and I was grateful. I testified. Another time I was going through troubles. You prayed, and I received a miracle, and I broke through. And all sorts of miracles that people seek after, that they come before men of God to ask for. And then you pray. You did this same prayer for me, the same month, the same oil, the same anointing upon you. You prayed for me, and it happens to you yourself. You have prayed. You have asked people to pray. You have even invested more than maybe you will do for me, because maybe you might not feel my situation the way I'm feeling it, but because you're a man of God, you're in that position, you pray for me. But this time you are feeling it, you're in that same situation. You are applying faith, all sorts of faith that you know, but it didn't work for you. Does it discredit the previous work of faith, the previous miracles, the previous signs and wonders that you performed? Does it discredit? Does it mean that all this while it was nothing?
No. I think that people are afraid of what they don't understand. And most of the time, when fear grips people, they create confusion. You understand?
It's out of fear that people create confusion. Okay.
So people actually do not understand what is going on in the spiritual realm with this particular pastor.
Okay.
That is why things like this are happening. I don't know why today I feel like using Jesus Christ as an example. And
It's going to be the center of the issue.
Yeah, so let's take Jesus Christ as an example. Now let's take his time where he did all the miracles. He was able to cast demons. He was able to heal the leprosy. He was able to command certain things, and it came into being. Even through the time when he was even tested by the devil himself, he was able to go through that successfully. And he waited till the day when he was crucified. He did not deliver himself from it, and he died. But still, does it discredit him as the Son of God? No. Does it discredit him as the one that has power, the Son of God that has power? Or does it discredit his power? No. Does it take all the things, all the good things that he did for us? No. People are going to say that, okay, after Jesus Christ died, he rose up 3 days after. Had it not been for the Bible and had it not been inscribed in the Bible, would we all know that? No. You understand? So this does not discredit him as a man of God. I said that this is just a test, and then let's all wait so the test of time comes, because I think that God is about to do more miracles in his life.
Really?
Yes, I believe God is about to do more miracles in his life. So when Job, everything was taken away from Job by the devil, what did God do after Job proved himself that indeed he is a faithful lover of God? What did God do? He blessed him in more. Exactly, not the first one, in more than what he had.
Yeah.
You understand? So this is it for him. That's what I believe that he is going to receive.
Okay.
I believe that we should all just be quiet and
wait.
watch. Yes, this is just a test of time. Let's all wait.
I would like to add to what she said.
Okay, you add.
How sure are you that even the church members pray for you?
Indeed.
You get, if something is not about you,
You
So doesn't mean you will not have a network that will
when it's about you, it's a different energy.
Yeah.
It's about someone.
Yeah.
You just remember.
My pastor, he
was powerful.
He lives someone so pray.
Yeah.
That's why I asked that. How sure are we that the church members really stood in for him and prayed?
Okay, that's also a question. Okay, you know what you have said. And I got a point from it. In Job's time, when God restored everything in many folds to him, the Bible never recorded what people said then.
Yes, indeed.
The Bible didn't record earlier in
the Bible recorded few concerning
when he was going through. When he was going through. When he was blessed, the Bible didn't give us a record of what happened, how people saw that blessing, what they thought of it.
It was to be our time. We will say, okay, he sacrificed all of these
And we are in such a dispensation that people see that when you are increasingly blessed, it means you have done something.
You have done something.
So here is the case. See where it started from. He's having issues with law. He's having issues with his documents. He's having issues with money. He's having issues with some of his ministers in his church. Now his children. Now his children.
In our world,
it's in his children. His child is dead, and you are telling me he's going to be blessed because it's a test from God. He's going to be blessed afterwards, and he's blessed now. And people say, "Hey,
you sacrificed the daughter for that." That's
after your daughter died, you are getting all these kinds of blessings. You are getting all these kinds of big houses, big cars, big contracts. Your issues with law has favored you, and all that. Did you really? Okay.
See, and this life, whatever that you do, people will
get to talk about.
Okay.
Whether good, whether bad, people.
Even when you're a man of God.
Even when you're a man of God. God, you are the fact that God. You have the unction. The unction is upon you doesn't mean you are not a human.
All right.
The moment you prophesy or you do whatever
even business.
Exactly. The moment you prophesy to people, you bless people, you heal, you do everything for God, that don't mean that you're not human. But one thing I want all of us to know and realize is that the fact that you're a human, whatever you do, people will criticize it. Whether good or bad, they will talk about it. But it depends on you, how you will go about it. I don't if what I'm saying,
I'm getting your point. I'm getting your point.
whatever that you do in this life, people will talk about it, whether good or bad. So to me, my advice that I'll give to the pastor is that they shouldn't really pay attention to whatever people are saying. Because if you have to we are humans. We are soon any buying. Yeah, they ever as I feel waste to no. Said you uncle me and penny said that yes, son and mother day, but it's something that has been part of us. Whatever that you do, even when you're body planner, they will still get something to talk about you.
Okay.
So it shouldn't be that the people, why? Because it's a pastor. No, he's human. The fact that he's human, they will say anything to him. But he should just be careful so that whatever that people are pronouncing or whatever that people are saying wouldn't be like, oh, okay, I'm not a kind, yeah, I can't say pastor, this pastor is focused or this pastor did this. And what that something can truly so it has come to pass there. The pastor is doing this. So no, you see, I'm fan too, but I'm here. So whatever that people are pronouncing or whatever people are saying, you just have to be careful so that whatever words that whatever gossip that they are gossiping about you, it wouldn't come to pass.
Okay, let's see one of the things that he said in his announcing that his daughter has passed.
Okay.
Pastor Shepherd Bushiri pointed on the fact that I want to read that submission. He said, "We are a church built on faith, and if we aren't careful to observe the ways of the Lord, we can mistake God's will for God's punishment. If things could be reversed, we would have desired to be so. However, the will of the Lord is above our desires. We have experienced it and have accepted it. We are a church of God, love and strength, and His love and strength will carry us forward from this day forward." And you know, it's very long, but he wanted the life of his daughter to be celebrated. He didn't say it should be we are in mourning, or like you see when your firstborn child dies, somebody that was born to you in a time that you know there are people who have waited on the Lord for a long time, and it happens. You know, a child like that, a blessing, the first fruit of your growing, and it happens that this same child that you love so much dies. Then you can't mourn. And this same situation happened in the time of David. He had a son with Bathsheba after he fornicated with her, and the son came, and the son was sick, and all that. He was crying, was praying to God that God should help heal the son, and the child died. This same son that you have been praying for, that he felt so sad about his sickness, that he felt so sad that he fasted and all that. When the baby died, he stopped crying. He didn't want anymore.
Him. God said it to him. I am going to take the child. Yes. So he was aware that yes, I am going to take the child.
The same way he's also, this man is also aware that it's the will of God. Now he said it's
I said earlier on that there could be a possibility that God opened his eyes enough to see this coming, but because he didn't want to discourage his people and make them create conclusions like this, that is why he kind of told them or encouraged them to what? Keep praying.
And in sometimes God will reveal it to you, not for you yourself. Sometimes he can show a face of a church member, and they'll be like, "Oh, I saw this child, your child being dead," not knowing it's yours.
But no, I don't think God is an author of confusion. He shows you what you need to know. Yeah. He doesn't.
But that's happened before. It's been happening.
But I want us to center on the fact that no mourning. Celebrate instead. Your child is dead. Your first fruit is dead. Somebody that was so dear to you is dead, and you declare that let's celebrate the life. You know, most of the times, you know, the church is so spectacular about things like this. They look at things. They want to draw meaning out of everything, every little word that comes from your mouth. Even when you cough, they want to draw meaning out of it. So if for the man at the center of this issue, that Shepherd Bushiri, for your daughter, your first fruit to die, and you declare that there should be no mourning, there should be celebration. What kind of idea?
This is a normal thing. I mean, a life that is loved is what is celebrated. So this is him proving that I love
a young child as 8 years.
For the 8 years that I lived with my daughter, she showed me love, and I was fulfilled in that 8 years. So I feel that this is the time for me to celebrate her Like, and she has been through a lot. She did not just wake up the next morning and died. No, she went through a lot. She was in a hospital. She was hospitalized. Yes. So all this time she's gone through too much. That this is the time for me to celebrate her instead of what I'm mourning her.
And you see, I wouldn't blame what the church members are assuming or what the church members are saying, because those, you see, some of the pastors Nakasano are now creating a lot of church members to bring opportunity for
the pastors create impression.
Of course.
Okay.
They are the SC. Now look, now or if you tell somebody, oh, let's go to church, like me, go to church for what? And God is in the house, so I'll stay in the house of worship. But before, in those days, in the morning of Sunday, everybody is rushing, go take their bath, and they are rushing to go to church. Because, see, they have the trust in pastors that say, oh, I'm going to church, my pastor is good, my pastor is this, my pastor is that. But because of the things that some of the pastors are doing now, their behavior and the characters that they placed it out there and people have gotten to know, that is why some of the church members now are chastising the pastor and they are saying a whole lot of things. I wouldn't blame the church members. It's because of some of the pastors, their behavior and the lifestyle that they've led. That's why the church members are also saying all these kind of stuff. Okay. If you know, church members in the said that emblem almost that.
All right.
Today, a pastor is married, a pastor has a girlfriend, and your girlfriend. You see, and I think that so Obi Adam for you, so Adam. So if you are my pastor, and I say if you're a pastor and then you are dating somebody, and then that person too has a friend, she will tell them. See, I'm saying this pastor, even though that he's powerful, but I'm still seeing that pastor. You see, when you hear that kind of voice that comes out of that lady's mouth, you'll be discouraged. You'll be like, this person, the way I was seeing him, and then he's cheating, you know. All so I wouldn't blame the church members.
All right.
About your money, 18
Okay, that's very nice. On that note, I'll take some of the comments from our followers on YouTube. And this from Augustina and that's my big says, Nanama, you look good. Thank you very much. Glossy also. Hi, too much GH. Glossy again said, there are so many fake people in this world. Juliet Ansel says, so sad. Starblog also comes in with his comment, said, may her soul rest in peace. The Father has used her for rituals. May God have mercy on him. And this is from Evangelist Gazi. He said, Christ Jesus is coming soon and everyone needs to repent. What you are doing, God is watching. That day will be a sorrow and weeping day for all of us. Thanks, ladies. Glossy say, God is not mocked. For whatever a man sows, so shall he reap. And Bakufian said, hey, this girl is here too. That girl in green. I like the way you talk too. So I think that comment was for you. And in all, we will be ending very soon. But before we go, I want you all to give in your last words. You know, we are ending on the side note because this is the daughter of a man of faith. And for her to depart the world in such a way, in such an age, 8 years, it's too early and it's too young. So on your final note, what would you say?
I mean, my condolence with the family, sorry. And because it is easy to say, like, for a father to bring up a child, to after a first child, for you to lose her like that. Yeah. I mean, it's a pity and it's sad. My condolence once again. And but sometimes, you know, I think what say Christopher, you want me say, Nyaku to me, G after that influence, not because maybe the pastor not to test your faith. Or not because the father is into all course or something. Sometimes when you wo akadano o shebra o di bana also chasun so when chasun maybe I will be needing pepper so bia wo be sire wo kra e do try mem kwa no nye den unya enko you can even give birth to a child at that very moment the child will die. It doesn't mean God doesn't love you, but because God has realized that this child needs to go for another person to replace him, okay, or to replace her. Okay. So I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't really fall on say the pastor isn't from God or is a test of faith. It could be test of faith, but in the other ways we should look at it. Say maybe her mission in life, has ended. Whatever that God wanted her to do, she has finished it. That's why God called her. Will be an ages that Yankopon the man itself or obey and a particular mission. The moment God sees that you've done that, He will take you away. Okay. Yeah. So, Mr. Fonmema, we are considered and the second is to Christians. They are going to emphasize the pastor. You should one thing you should know that he's also a pastor. Or you need to say, yeah, he's a pastor or rabbi. He's also human. Or you need to say, yeah, we should be praying for our pastors. My pastor, because some of the pastors are doing this into all courts and all that, so we are going to pray for them. All courts, so whatever that is impacting, you also inherit something from it. So I will urge all of you to pray for our pastors. In fact, they really need us as Christians, as church members. They really need us, and our faith. So no, we church members, and so say, yeah, careful, because there's no pastor. There are two things involved. Either you acquire a blessing or you are curses. Yeah. So you should be mindful of your words, things that comes out of your mouth. You should be mindful of it, because you can easily say something about him and then you go for free. Even if you don't encounter the curses, you should know that your children are going to go through it. Anything about the cancer and the one encounter, one to transfer the Eddie Mamma. I didn't say the Becca so irradiated, we weren't around, we didn't know the air by yourself. So we should be very, very careful with what we say and the things that we do. Now, pastors, you should be careful, because some of the pastors, their attitude in China and a piece of Bobby Brabby, but I want every Christian that they shouldn't be baby Christians. Read your Bible, know the things in the Bible, so that when a pastor is deceiving you, you can easily discern and know what he is all about. Thank you.
Okay, that's very nice. And Ben,
I think she has said it all.
Yes,
I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
What I'm going to say is that I'm going to still hit on the fact that pastors agreements and they are the ones that stand in for a whole congregation.
Yes.
So every demon in other or among us is fighting against just one particular person and a small family. So we should always pray for them. As a church, we should always be praying for them, because if they are not there, then who else is going to fight for us? God is using them to be the ones to fight for us. So we should learn to pray for them and stop chastising pastors.
That's very real. That's very real. If you are really of the church, if you are really a child of God and you understand the ways of God, you understand that even the man of God is at the center of so many problems, that he also needs your support in terms of prayer. Even Paul acknowledged that. Paul encourage the churches to pray for them, so that they can also go on in doing the work that was upon them. So I think it's a good thing. It's rather better that we pray for them than rather criticize them or even blaspheme against them or even judge them and even dig a deeper deep for them, dig a deeper depth for them to be entangled in so many things. I'm sure if you are praying for your pastor, if he's even into bad things, your prayer can change things and turn things around for them. So I'm very much appreciative of your counsel that you have sent across. It's very powerful. So on this note, we'll be ending the show. But before everything, I want to remind you that you can subscribe to Too Much GH by clicking on the subscription bell, and also make sure that you follow us on our Instagram and Twitter handles at Too Much GH _. We are on Facebook too at Too Much GH. And please leave your comments, everything that you have to say about the whole issue that we have discussed on the program. You can leave it under the comment section and we will read it carefully. So thank you very much. My name is Nana Ama Obu. So we'll meet definitely next time. Thank you.
Too Much GH. Many have come and many have gone, but you are a great Kankambuka ability, worth being beheld by every optical nerves. That saith the papacy.
Keep watching Too Much GH, and you get the best of entertainment, the best of everything you want.
My name is Ohima One. Keep watching Too Much GH. It's the best.
Keep watching Too Much GH.